Black Moon Lilith in Taurus, and what this means, because I noticed that both Chiron and Black Moon Lilith there's the least amount of videos on these topics, and there's a rising of interest on this topic. So Black Moon Lilith in Taurus, what this means, if we think about the archetype of Lilith as the rebellious, anti-patriarchal force that we women have, if we think about what Black Moon Lilith was, she was the first wife of Adam. She wouldn't acknowledge that Adam was above her. She wanted them to be equal. Well, she knew they were equal, so she wouldn't step down from this concept. And when she didn't, Adam asked God to kick her out of the Garden of Eve, and she was demonized. And the story of her being in hell, like eating children, whatever, this energy of Black Moon Lilith then leaves us with this. This is the residue of the patriarchal takeover and the collective rage of the feminine from being suppressed, and this I think, yeah, rage, like red rage. Black Moon Lilith has this power that is suppressed, and with it being in Taurus, and Taurus representing the stability, the groundedness in its like fear state, but also in the more like higher states. It's this central, this five sensory, wanting to enjoy the abundance of life, experiencing the richness. And if we have Black Moon Lilith here, it would mean we have this suppressed energy about both these sides in ourselves. We have this shame around the tempo we need, what we need to take care of ourselves. We've probably been shamed in that sense. And also we have a suppressed part which we don't allow ourselves to indulge in life. We have a lot of shame around how we enjoy the finer things. And it could also be related to that we deprive ourselves and then really overindulge in a shameful state. There's this like shame around enjoying things, enjoying life. And this could manifest in like a shopping addiction. It could manifest in like binge eating. It can manifest in sexual repression, like we have a lot of shame around us having urges. And all of this, we can mostly identify where we have this experience come up to the surface if we look at whichever house we have it in. So that's probably the next step for you if you haven't really deep dived into whichever house your Black Moon Lilith is in. But just this repressed shame of both like security and what you need, but also like enjoying things, enjoying your pleasures. And what they have in common is worth. Like, what do we value? That is also something that Taurus is focused on. And there is like the deep layer of this trauma, of this repression, could be that you have this deep fear of not being enough, not being valued, not being worth the pleasures of life. So what could be here, because this is a very existential problem, a very a very deep problem to have, and sorry for laughing, but it is so serious that I feel like I have to laugh. This is something that is very, like, it can be a lot to it can be very triggering to explore this topic. So I would say to if you're going to look at the deep-rooted value cause of the Black Moon Lilith in Taurus, be soft with yourself. Be very, very soft. And probably I would even say to ask for guidance, to like do a sharing with someone that you trust. Talk freely about this topic and have them sit there and hold space for you as you explore this. If you feel that it's too triggering to talk about alone, or do journaling, or ask like some astrologer for a reading, or ask a coach to mentor you. And you could probably even go deeper if you look at where your Chiron is, because my interpretation of Black Moon Lilith and Chiron is that Chiron is our first wound, our inner child, and the Black Moon Lilith comes later in our years, kind of like this teenage energy. So to really see where the root cause of this sensibility, this wounded energy, even though they are two different energies, they are kind of interconnected. So exploring your Chiron as well, maybe even first, could be a good idea for you. And there's so much things you could do with this placement. There is a lot of help, which is a very good thing. I feel like I need to mention some to give you some kind of like nugget here. Maybe to watch guided meditation on self-love and self-acceptance. Maybe do affirmations. And if you are a person that has a lot of resistance towards affirmations, I would say do them even more then, because that is your inner critic trying to self-sabotage because it doesn't feel safe enough to do those kinds of exercises. And affirmations only work after consistent effort. So you would have to like really commit to try to do affirmations. And you could even do like Mel Robbins, maybe. She does this technique of the high five habit, which is every time you watch yourself in the mirror, do a high five. And you have so many associations to the high five being a positive movement, so that if you do this every day consistently, you will start to associate yourself. When you see yourself in the mirror, you will see something positive, like a companion, and you will rewire your brain. So that's a short thing you could do to really like start to win yourself over. Because the really deep wound here is the self-worth and self-love. But it's not all negative, because when you transcend the Black Moon Lilith in Taurus, you have this higher promise of the really positive things of Taurus, which is this like presence and this enjoyment. You can really enjoy abundance with this placement, and really, since you've had this kind of like restricted sense of enjoying things, you now will probably even enjoy them deeper if you learned how to allow yourself to enjoy things. So an appreciation for life and the beauty of life can be enhanced even. and you can teach other people or inspire other people to really enjoy things. So a good placement, a really good placement. And I hope this video gave you some sense of direction and also gave you some insight. And if it did, please leave a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.